Coach, Mark Stone tomorrow?
He is being shut down.
Not going to play.
Not going to play.
He didn't look too comfortable on the ice.
No, he wasn't comfortable. Hey, he tried his very best to come back until the very end. It's not worth the risk. It's not 100%. So he's done.
Will we assume that
Bobby will play?
Okay.
He'll be fine. Andy and Nets. Same defense, same forwards, basically. And you probably heard the news about Gaborik getting surgery. And, I think we're looking at somewhere around 8 weeks or something like that. So don't take my words for it, but that's what I understand. I'm no doctor.
for Craig, it's just a maintenance day today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is the plan to get Danny Taylor in on Saturday?
Yes.
Disappointing for Stone.
Yes.
Like you said, he tried
hell
to get back. Yeah.
Yes, he really did. He tried his very best, and he didn't bail out on his own. I can tell you that. So it was an every day and every week looking at it, and I know from day one he thought, "Hey, I'll be fine in a few days." That's what he thought, and it didn't go that way. So it's we could say it now. It was a high ankle sprain.
Nature of that injury,
yes,
though.
It's a high ankle sprain, and that's. I'll be honest with you, apart from the surgery things that you deal with, that's probably one of the worst, because it just it looks fine, then it's not, and then it comes back, and it's. So I don't think I've ever seen a good high ankle sprain in the sense that, the guy comes back faster than we think, ever. Like, we had that with Dumont. It's probably the toughest kid I've ever seen in my life, and, he just tried everything he could, just couldn't come back quicker, and when he came back, it was hurting him. And it was never the same. So it's those high ankle sprains. They're awful. They're awful.
But it's not like, in Weidman's case, he wanted to get back for peace of mind. In Stone's case, he was.
No, it's just he wanted to come and help the team. I mean, he's such an important player. He's a good leader for us now. And he definitely showed everybody that he wasn't just bailing out and avoiding the tough season, the end, and everything else. He was here, he was there until today, and he was disappointed. He wanted to come back at some point or another. So we have to deal with that. But that's the season we had to live, and until the very, very end, we're not getting any breaks. But at the same time, it gives the opportunity for other guys to get ice time. And as you saw yesterday, Schlappick showing us that with some games that he picked up a part of his game now that I think we hadn't seen as good yet, which we had seen in the American League. So that's what it's given us. It's given us the opportunity to see, get a glimpse of the future a little bit.
Would you want Stone to skip the World Championships because of that?
Oh, you know what? I don't make those decisions, to be honest with you. It's a medical thing, and then once it's not a medical thing, then it's a personal thing. So I don't get into what I would like and what I wouldn't like. It's up to them.
Shutting him down, you're at exactly 20 now for the last 2 games. You have 1 recall left. Have you thought about calling up an insurance guy for these last 2 games?
Right now, Pierre hasn't given me any indication that he'd like to bring a guy up. So I'll wait. Hey, there's a few hours left. If Pierre feels that there's something he wants to do, but I think for me, for those decisions, I rely on Pierre and Randy. Right now, I don't think if we need somebody, we'll get somebody into the last second here coming in, I guess. But
That was your last practice today. Is that kind of a tough day?
No. No, I think it's. I came in today thinking, hey, we got to practice this and we got to practice that, and as you saw today, I didn't let anything slide. There's one drill I didn't like the way it was going, and we got back to exactly what we're supposed to do, and until we had it, we didn't stop the drill. So I don't think I let up 1 second this year, and I didn't want to do that in the last practice either. And the players are responding, just like you saw last game, just like you saw the game against Winnipeg. So we're going to give our very best in the next 2 games, knowing fair well that those 2 games are going to be very difficult. Not just the fact that they're on the road, but when you're playing against those high-end teams right now that, they're at the top, the Stanley Cup champions, and it's going to mean everything for them most probably, regardless of what happens tonight. I think their next game is going to mean something, and it's the same thing for Boston that's fighting for first place. It's going to mean something for them too. So they're not going to give us an inch, and we better be ready, because if we're not, it's going to be very difficult for us. It's going to be difficult regardless, but it's our young defensemen are going to have their money's worth in the next 2 games. That's for sure.